Take caution in your tone, Commander. I'm a fair guy, but this fucking heat is making me absolutely crazy.
Okay, Ada, here's the deal. We need to talk about weight management, okay? So I'm pushing the limit here, and we got to take care of some of that stuff. And so let's go ahead and take care of weight management. Let's go ahead and clear your stuff while we're here. Let's get this stuff cleared out, all right? And we will offload where we need to. We got some weapons and some ammo. Let's go ahead and clear our ammo here. Okay. Missiles, yeah, those are some heavy things right there. Okay, just clearing out the ammo has helped quite a bit. Okay, so we have some weapons. I don't need a minigun. I don't need all this stuff, so let's go ahead and come in here and we will offload or drop this stuff, and we will scrap it as needed. Oops. Alright, let's get this stuff taken care of, and we can... Alright, is that all of our weapons that we scrapped? Okay, good. So now we're down to 227. We're getting closer. And let's check junk. We got some junk here. Let's drop all this junk off. And got some junk to drop off. Alright, let's go ahead and scrap this stuff because that's what we like to do. We always like to scrap our junk. Let's get this stuff scrapped and move on with our day. So, as you can see, sometimes we have actual components, or the raw materials in our junk, and we just go ahead and throw it out and we scrap it anyway. So it just makes it kind of easier, lets the whole thing, I don't have to walk over. So like here's some aluminum. If we scrap it, it goes right into the inventory and we don't have to worry about it. It goes right into our workbench. We don't have to worry about it, so we can scrap that. Now we're down to 192. We have no mods. We've cleared all of our ammo. So we've probably got maybe some aid that we picked up. Adding a little bit, that's no big deal. So there we go. So now we're got our inventory down as low as we can get it for the most part. We could probably lower it a little bit more if we wanted to.
Okay.
And let's just verify you have nothing in here. So let's talk about how we keep our weight as low as we can. So one of the things that you want to do when you're considering your weight control is you want to start off with using the fewest number of weapons as possible. In survival mode, ammo weighs. We've demonstrated that a couple times. So here we have 301 rounds of 308 ammo, and 308 ammo, it only weighs 41 tenths of a pound, or a weight unit, whatever it is. However, we have 301. So with 301, let's see what that comes out to um, for weight. So we went from 192. That's 12 pounds, right? So 12 pounds of ammo right there, um, which is that's quite a bit of weight there. So we need to keep that in mind when we're carrying around ammo. We don't want to um, carry too much weight in ammo, because that can definitely weigh us down. If we could get rid of these flares, we'd probably do it, but I want to keep them just in case. Um, but so ammo is something we want to keep in mind, and by doing that, one of the things that we can do is limit the number of weapons we have. So a weapon weighs something. This weapon weighs 21 pounds, or 21 weight units, whatever. Well, I'm just going to say pounds. You guys can do the math after that. So the weapon weighs 21 pounds, and all the ammo that goes along with it. I can carry this blade. It weighs 2.6 pounds, and it has no ammo, so I can do all kinds of damage with it. I keep my grenades at a minimum. I don't use them often, so if I do get too many grenades, I do offload some of them. I usually don't like to carry more than 10, and I'll use them from time to time, but if I do get more than 10, I do offload them. So keep an eye on our weapons is one thing, and then only keeping the ammo that we need. We pick up ammo; it's free money, but we pick it up, but we also offload as soon as we can. Also, try to maximize the apparel that you have. Keep it to a minimum, so you get the maximum results from them. So, try to find clothing that is going to give you boosts to different things. So as you can see, I've got a strength and endurance boost on my chest piece and this right arm. Okay, so I get stat bonuses from those. Strength is going to allow me to carry more, so when I can get strength, I'm always going to pick it up. I get a charisma boost from my helmet, or my hat actually, and I get some perception from my sunglasses, and I get a charisma and endurance from the uniform that I wear. So I look for those types of things to help out. Um, Also, I kind of went through this with when I talked about the food, water, and sleeping. But we have so much, a certain amount of food and whatnot. So if we start carrying too much food, that's going to stack up. We can see that the food is all a half a pound each. So we want to kind of get rid of those as we come across them, and don't want to carry too many of them, right? So um, we will offload some of those, and it helps kind of spread around our rations, and we can always stock up at some of our other settlements. So that's something to think about. Luckily, the anything that is in the miscellaneous area is weightless, so we don't have to worry about that. We've cleared out our junk. Mods do weigh something, so offload those when you can, and you take care of those things. And um, so whenever you are getting ready to go out, make sure you minimize your personal weight, and then also clear out your companions, so that way when you need to, you can offload some of the stuff to your companion. All right, Ada, let's go take off and go do some adventuring, and we'll see how things go. Let's go. Okay, Ada, after that last haul, I'm a bit overweight. So, this will be a good time for me to talk about weight management, don't you think, Ada? So, as you can see, um, I have an indicator down below that I'm encumbered and I'm overweight. So, if we look, you can see I'm encumbered. I got -2 agility and -2 endurance, and so that's not doing me much good. So I need to take care of some of this weight.
Hey.
So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to trade with Ada, and I'm going to offload some of this stuff that's weighing me down, and hopefully I should be able to take care of this by getting rid of some of these weapons and giving those to Ada. So now I'm no longer encumbered. Alright, so now that I'm no longer encumbered, we can talk about things to look for when we are encumbered, and how to address some of that stuff. So let's head back to one of our settlements, and we will talk about it when we get there. Okay, Ada. So we got interrupted from these guys, and we know that all of this, not all, but a good portion of this stuff is going to be helpful. So we always take the ammo. We're going to take the weapons because we can easily take care of that. But the rest of this stuff is just way too heavy to worry about carrying around, so we're not going to worry about those. So the weapons, we can kind of manage those as well. Um, and we'll keep an eye on that. So let's go ahead and loot these guys. And Mini nuke, man. That's heavy. Look how heavy that thing is. Um, Come here, Ada. I need you to carry this mini nuke. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna use the mini nuke. I won't be carrying that thing anywhere. But it's not a bad idea to have some. All right, so we grabbed some of this stuff before. All right, we're underweight now. Let's go ahead and head back to where we were going, and we'll talk then. Okay, here we are. Let's see what we got going on here. So, if we look in here with our weight management, and with weight management as a consideration, so we can see in here that we pretty much only have um, stuff that we're building with, right? So we've got mods um, and aid type stuff. You can see we have some purified water in here. Let's go ahead and take that out. That's not where I want it. But then we have all of our different junk, and the junk we've broken down. So I like to break down my junk so that way I can easily look in here. Let's take the money because I want it all in one spot. So I like to break down the junk so I can tell what I have, and it gives me a very good idea of what's going on. So we only put in the junk that we need, and we'll move our mods over because we can put our mods anywhere. Any of our settlements that we have our supply chains hooked up to, and we can pull those mods anytime we're working on any robots, so we can pull those mods out. Alright, so our workshop's good to go. Let's go and get a drink. That way we don't have to worry about it later. Is this thing broken? So sometimes these pumps, if you listen, you're not hearing me drink, right? So let's see if we can refill the bottle. Sometimes these pumps, they don't quite work right. Alright, so I can refill the bottle. That's fine. And this kind of goes back to my previous video where I talked about food, water, and sleeping. So if you listen here, when this happens, you can hear me drinking. Over on this one, you don't hear me drinking. So it's got a completely different sound. So the only way that I know to take care of this is we're going to store this, and then we're going to immediately put it right back out. Okay? Alright. So now you can tell I'm taking a drink. So not quite what I wanted to talk about this time, but I did want to show that since we were here. So weight management. Okay, so I gave a bunch of stuff to Ada. Ada,
Hey.
let's see what you got. We're going to take all of the stuff that I gave to Ada, and we're going to offload it in the appropriate spots. So here you can see I've got a cooler with some stuff in it, and first of all, I'm going to put some water in here. I picked up some purified water, a couple bottles of that, and let's see how many does that take us up to. Purified water, we're up to 20 there, so I can easily stock up when I'm here. Wait a minute. Somehow I put 20 in here. All right. So let's take out 16. All right. So I had none in here. I must have taken it out, and now I've got some in. All right. So we can do that. We got some cooking we'll be able to do because I did get some stuff here. But here we got some ammo. We can offload our ammo. And fusion cells, fusion core. Mini nuke is very heavy, and shotgun shells. So we're still 357 overweight. Now we did pick up some weapons, and there's some weapons we'll want to keep. So I never keep assault rifles. I don't care for them. We'll offload the Molotov cocktails because I don't use them, but I can see where they come in handy. Plus I can't scrap them, so I can just use them for selling. And then I've got these pipe pistols here. Combat rifle, we'll keep that. Double barrel shotgun, we're going to get rid of that. Hunting rifle, we'll get rid of that. We'll keep the submachine gun. This pipe pistol, will be getting rid of that. And then over here we have um, any clothing. This is where I put my clothing. So we can offload some of this clothing we got. So we got this this synth right arm. It's going to automatically give you a thing, whatever. Great. And we've got some hats and stuff. And we're going to offload all this stuff. And reduces damage while standing, not moving by 15%. That's great. Okay, so we've offloaded all of the stuff that we can. Now to scrap the rest of the stuff. So if we look, we're still 312 over. But I'm going to go through and we're going to nope, we're going to go ahead and scrap these other weapons. So a lot of times I will scrap these on a workbench, but if we scrap it here, it's going to automatically put the supplies in the workbench. Okay, so sometimes I'll do it on the weapons bench, but that just puts it into my inventory. So we have that taken care of. Now we're going to scrap all of our junk. So I like to scrap the junk, so that way I can see exactly the resources that I have. And so I like to scrap everything. It's just what I like to do. It's not like it's needed or anything like that. It's just what I like to do. So I'm just going to go through here, and at the moment I'm more concerned with the junk, or with the resources, than I am with anything that I might want to later decorate with, or use in my settlements for other purposes. So I've scrapped all of that junk, and let's see where we're at now. Now we're down to 201. That's significantly less, okay, than where we were. We were at 300 plus, really. So, oh, we still have an automatic rifle that we have here. So, automatic assault rifle. So let's go ahead and scrap this. And no, don't scrap that. Now let's see where we're at for weight. 183. So now we are at a much lighter weight, and this is going to allow us to, pardon me while I do some cooking and talk. So with this less weight, what I always like to do whenever I am traveling around, if I make a stop into a settlement, of course, you know, one of the things that I do when I'm running around, I pick up almost everything. There's some things that you're just not going to like. I don't always pick up, there's a lot of the clothing and stuff I don't pick up because I don't care for it. But if there's clothing that I like, I pick it up, I drop it off, and all that kind of stuff. But as I'm running around, I'll come through to one of my settlements, and I then drop off all of the stuff that I get. I scrap the stuff, I drop it off, I put it in the appropriate locations. And of course, you know, how you decorate, or how, you know, what cabinets you use is up to you. But I always like to, I don't always do this, but I like to use the cooler for the food and drinks, that type of stuff. Drugs I also put in there as well. I need to make sure I do have some robot repair stuff, things I'm running around with Ada. So that is one of the things that I always like to make sure that I do when I'm doing this kind of stuff. So I hope this has been helpful, Ada. This has been pretty helpful, and make sure that we keep this recorded, and we distribute it out to all of our peoples. And hopefully this has been helpful, and you will be able to use this information when you start playing Fallout or survival mode. And if you've already started, then hopefully this will be helpful as you progress along. Thanks. Bye.
Uh-oh. I made a clean spot here. Now I've done it. Guess I'll have to do the whole thing.